Hey everyone, it is the Angry Honey Badger here, and it is time for Badger's picks for the week of April 14th. We're going to see who's free this week and which 4 champions I'm going to recommend. Free this week, we're going to be getting Annie, Azir, Mundo, Ezreal, Gangplank, Gnar, Rek'Sai, Sivir, Vel'Koz, and Zillion. As for my first recommendation for this week, I'm going to give it over to Azir. I think Azir is pretty fun to play. Despite all the crazy bug fixes over a lot of patches, he luckily hasn't been in the last 2, so it seems things are working on him for now. Taken down a little bit in power from his original form, but still very, very strong. He's a very strong fighter in the corridors of the map, and I love that because whenever these new big tanky team fights happen in there, everybody gets smashed up into place and his soldiers will destroy people. Also, like I said, he's just really fun to play, and if you don't own him, you might want to try him out this week. My next recommendation for this week, I'm going to give that one to Sivir. Now, Sivir is a fun ADC for a couple reasons. She can push early waves and kind of crash a lot of your minions into the tower. It can cause problems for the enemy ADC. If they're not good at last hitting under the tower, you can deny them a lot of farm that way, and that's one strategy to Sivir. So she's got a decent early game to do that. The other thing I like about Sivir is the whole massive speed your team up to get into fights. It's really good right now, especially having tanks on your team, getting them into position to use their crowd control. Very, very good. She can also kite back with it too quite well. So Sivir is just that great utility ADC, not utilized all the time in my opinion, but very good. Try her out. My next recommendation for this week's gonna actually be for Rek'Sai. Now, she's still in a good spot. She can still have a great presence all over the map due to the fact that she can get across the map quite quick with her ultimate, and she goes through walls and does all the tunnels. It's really good. Now, she's got a few nerfs that have really affected her damage output, but I don't think this is a huge problem. Originally, everybody was building her as damage because she had too much scaling. Since then, we've seen her turn more into a tank jungler, which is how I like her a lot more anyways, and with the inclusion of just a lot more tanks in the game and everybody building tank, getting all of their bonus health as a tank, I think building that tank Rek'Sai now is actually way more beneficial too. Fun champion to play as well, good ganker if you get down those tunnels and knock them up, so if you're looking for a new jungler, might want to try out Rek'Sai. And as for my final recommendation for this week, I'm going to throw it over to Gangplank. Haven't seen him much lately, and it makes me sad. I think people should play him. Really, really fun champion. I like to play him to ramp up into late game. I don't go for like super early destruction Gangplank, although he can totally do it if you're good. But I think ramping him up to the late game, he just gets more and more ridiculous as the game goes on, and he really starts to just destroy teams. So Gangplank's fun. If you've never really had a chance to play him, I highly recommend you do that this week. Those are going to be the 4 champions that I recommend out of these 10. Let me know out of these 10, though, which 4 you might be playing this week. Leave me a comment down below. If there's a box around any of these champions' portraits right now, that means you can click on it and it will take you to a build and guide to the champion. Whether it is a quick build of a newer one, if we got it updated, or the full build and guide, you can click on them and check them out. But other than that, good luck on the fields of justice.